happening? Uh, I'm gonna call this video right here the Soylent Green scenario. You know what I'm saying? Soylent Green scenario. Just in case you didn't catch that, that's Soylent Green scenario. Soylent Green is an older movie. I think it's you know what I'm saying, from the 60s or 70s. And basically, there's these people, they're living in society, and this sweet sweeper machine comes and sweeps up people. You never see them again. And it's been going on so long, everyone's just business as usual. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who knows? People always disappear. Whoa, yeah, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just gets swept under the rug. And, sorry to spoil it for you, but at the end of the movie, come to find out, the people that disappear, they be getting this free food from the government, called Soylent Green. And come to find out, the dude finds out where all the people missing are going, are into Soylent Green. Alright? And I'm sitting there watching this show on TV, just a few minutes of it. I mean, I don't like TV. I don't like the influences, man. Now, listen, I hadn't even listened to the radio in like a week or more, like 2 weeks. And all these songs are playing in my mind, dude, like perfect. And it sucks because it's like, man, I don't want to hear the music no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. But it just comes into my brain. Just like the TV, I'll be sitting somewhere else trying to watch something else, and that fucking TV, man, and just some sounds, like the sound of damsels in distress. Like, I'm like, it's weird, man. Fucking it's all I need to hear. You know what I'm saying? And then for some reason I tune into it, and I think that's part of, this whole. Just, it's like it's part of the magician. He's got to keep your attention on something so he can sneak something else by you, man. And it just sucks that it's easier. It's better to admit that, yeah, I got a problem here, than it is to just pretend that you don't have one. You know what I'm saying? If you ever wish to develop counter strategies, you gotta. A wise man knows his limitations. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and I'm very limited. I'll tell you that. Very limited, but hey, man, I've came a long way. So yet I'm still just limited and let the dog in. But back to the Soylent Green. When you observe the game is bigger than you, so you can get into the bigger picture of things by observing the game, and you know what I mean. The dude finds out that basically they're just eating people. All right. Now I'm just going to explain to you how true this is. The vampires, that's vampirism, cannibalism. There is Indian legends of people who, during times of no food, did eat people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to think. Imagine all the crazy customs they have seen here. In North America, it was a crazy place. And it still is. You know what I'm saying? So listen, all the crazy stuff that went on here before America, or no, it was still called America. It was called Amaraku or something like that. Something to that effect. Crazy shit like that happened. I mean, listen, human sacrificing is a form of cannibalism. It's psychic vampirism. But in the Bible talks about this, that it's like innocent blood. The reason why innocent blood spilt is an abomination. It defiles the land, man. It sets a death force, a chaos force, a destructive force. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to rip the veil. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's another way to rent the veil. It's through spilling innocent blood, and I mean, then you can even get worse than that. There was a lot of editorial, or how you eat. What is diet? Your diet. The Bible talks about eating certain things and not eating certain things. And anytime you look at people who study that, like healthy food and whatnot. You know, I mean, and even the sciences prove that there is benefits to eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? And so there's going to be effects for not eating healthy as well. And it goes into the spilling of the innocent blood. That's psychic vampirism. But as far as actual cannibalism, there's one thing. There's one situation in Soylent Greenisms. And then you go over to Celtic land. They used to do that, like when the Romans were invading. They found burial sites with bones split down the middle, which means that's a marrow eating ritual, and that's for basically evil protection. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people get really desperate, they they totally go insane. You know, I mean, you know, they go in for they a spirit comes over them of fear and they go insane and then they get desperate and they do things they normally would not do. And I see society right now, we're under such assault and turmoil. We're all getting kind of nudged towards there, dude. And it takes fucking supernatural uh understanding, man, and protection to combat against these things, these spirits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a spirit can be just like someone can suggest something to you, and then all of a sudden you give in to this imagination where it opens your mind to this spiritual force, this death force, that innocent blood force. You know what I'm saying? Uh, when you partake of usury and you partake of slavery, like you make money from slave trade, you basically are their time and energy in these people that suffer so you may profit and benefit from it. In a way, you're vampirizing their energy force, their output. And the fact that you're keeping them slave minded, it's like you're holding them down, and that's even robbing them of, you know, of ever becoming something better than their existence. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it's going on shows these things shouldn't be able to be allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't go on, but it's like it's going on, and but everyone's oblivious to it. But okay, Soylent Green. Democide, that's when your government kills you, and they call it genocide. That's when one ethnic group decides to wipe another. Uh, that's a form of democide and blood sacrifice and vampiristic blood rituals that rip the veil. You know, for eternity, basically. Well, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That has an effect. That's one of the reasons why we're seeing all these global cataclysms now. It's like the cup of iniquity is full. The cup of iniquity is from the shedding of innocent blood and other horrific acts. And just, I mean, it's coming, you know. But we got Cinemex. Cinemex is a flavor enhancer in Pepsi and other foods that we eat, processed foods, and supposedly it's from aborted fetus cells. All right, in England they caught people using aborted babies for fuel in their furnaces. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Nazi Germany burning people, turning people into furniture. Even that movie Fight Club, where it showed them going and taking people's fat and then turning it into dynamite. All right. Let me think, man. Harvesting of vampires, man. You know, look, DARPA supposedly developed a machine. It's like a little monster that walks around and it finds dead bodies and it puts them in this thing and it grinds them up and it turns it into fuel for itself. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And look, in the Matrix, those little plugs that were coming into everyone, from the dead old people, it grinds them up and feeds it back to the artificial womb Matrix people. You know what I'm saying? That's some Soylent Green scenario type situations. And I mean, and they're going on right now too. Look, abortion, that's a big part of it. That's infanticide it's a blood ritual, and it's cannibalistic and it's vampiristic. Let me think of another one of these. This dude, this Zionist guy, you know what I'm saying? he said that that basically they do the kill babies in these rituals. You know, where they basically take a long spike, stick it in their head, and they flip it upside down, and the blood pours out, and they make bread cakes out of it. You know, that's probably to do with Tammuz. You know what I'm saying? And the shit like that. So, or Moloch. That's Moloch, demonology type worship there. But he says they kill these kids like that, babies, innocent, and then they sell the bodies to McDonald's, and McDonald's grinds them up and then puts and uses as filler in their meat. I mean, whether that could just be a clever propaganda, but but looking at history, it's not out the realm of possibility. Here's another one. There was this guy, man, this black congressman that got caught having these giant parties of where they had little kids and little boys, and they all take turns fucking jumping on him. And this was some part of some scary this underworld type romp that these people have on regular basis. And I mean, and it'd be one thing if it's just a bunch of people having a romp, but no, they get a bunch of, you know, like basically unfortunate people, and then they all get them there and then all jump on them. I mean, that's it's messed up. It's cannibalistic. It's vampiristic. It's psychic vampirism. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. What else here? Oh man, I just had one. I forgot. Oh yeah, okay. I heard that the drug cults are the drug cartels. I mean, but sometimes they are cult like. You know what I'm saying as well. You watch that movie Borderlands. There's another form of that's ritual magic, vampirism, cannibalism. So, and then I heard that, you know, as initiation, these people were killing people and ripping out someone's heart, and everyone's eating it. You know what I'm saying? That's an ancient form of like dark supremacy rituals where you're trying to grow in renown and ferocity as a warrior culture. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's scary. That's pushing it to the extreme of bad that you can go. This happens. I mean, all right, you got all these kids that disappear, and supposedly people cut them up into little pieces and drink their blood. And I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff that no one in power will investigate it, because it'd be investigating their own people. So, I mean, I just seen on Democracy Now! This woman talking about over there in Canada how they all they did, man. See, look, all these evil deeds of history. They took a whole bunch of kids out of there and disappeared them in a ritual. You see movies like Hostel, you know, where people pay to get someone so they can snuff them. You know what I'm saying? Basically, KJ Osborne did a video about how Hunter Thompson might have been basically he was machined from that movie 8mm. I mean, not he was him, but I mean that character is based off of someone like him, which is kind of crazy. We see that movie Fear and Loathing, you know, and at the time when we saw it back in the day, it just was kooky and quirky and weird. You know what I'm saying? And so that was interesting or entertaining. But now you come to find out it's a lot darker. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy dark out here. Like the real that's going on. I mean, really, it's like you get disappeared and consumed. And what else I hear? Like in Haiti, the reason they were doing all those human operations is they went in there and they snatched a bunch of people up, cut them up, and sold their organs for human transplant. And that's what the drug cartels are supposedly into that too. And in these days, that's fucking crazy. They would chop you up and sell your body parts. That is cannibalistic, vampiristic. Even if you go to actual vampiristic, it's psychic vampiristic. I mean, the Federal Reserve, the UN, the NWO, these people are all vampiristic.